24 hours, the biggest YouTubers in the world are going to be deciding what I cook. And first up is Eric.
Nick, it's Eric. As you might know, I just out-pizza the Hut by making the world's largest pizza. So my challenge to you is to make the biggest slice of pizza you possibly can.
So we're not sure whether or not this is going to work, but we're rolling out 10 pounds of dough here. How many normal pizza slices would be in this one giant slice we're making? 64. We'll toss down some semolina so it doesn't stick, and then we'll slide. Our next step here is to sauce it up. I have to say, this is pretty satisfying. We won't go all the way to the edge because this right here is going to be our crust. We'll finish it off with a little provolone cheese, and it's ready to go. This is where things can go south. Oh my gosh, I think you got it. Wow, she's in. Our pizza is done. Wow, that is a big pizza.
The last step here is we're gonna cut this into a slice.
So this slice is about 31 inches, a bit above average. The last step before our next challenge, time for a bite. I'm gonna take this to go, this is fantastic. Our next challenge is from Mr. Beast, who texted me saying I need to make a Feastables chocolate bar from scratch. And I guess that makes total sense, given I introduced Jimmy to cacao, which is the fruit that makes chocolate. If we want to replicate this thing, let's first read off the ingredients list. We've got cane sugar, organic chocolate liqueur, organic cocoa butter, sea salt, and sunflower lecithin. We can handle this. This is a fresh cacao pod, and this is where your chocolate comes from. They come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. And to start the chocolate making process, you simply crackle it. Some people say the fruit tastes exactly like a Jolly Rancher. The entire chocolate making process starts with these seeds right here, but there's just one problem. I only have a day to complete all these challenges, and making chocolate from scratch takes well over a week. But luckily, I've done this before. Once you've opened up your cacao pods, lay them all out and let them ferment for 1 week. After that process, you're basically left with these newly colored beans that are then roasted in the oven until they turn deep brown color. The seeds smell almost like a combination between vinegar and chocolate. These are then broken up to separate out all of the cacao nibs. Those are then ground into a cacao liqueur, which is what I've got here, and one of the several ingredients in Mr. Beast's chocolate bar. I didn't want you to have to wait a week to see this. As for the other ingredients, cocoa butter, a nice pinch of cane sugar, a pinch of sea salt, because we chose the chocolate sea salt bar, and I'm going to skip the soy lecithin. We'll mix this up until nice and smooth, and then into our mold it goes. I am really excited to see how these are going to turn out. Once they're all laid out, we'll give them a tap, and we whisk. Now that our chocolate has solidified, this right here is the most satisfying part about making chocolate. Here it is, our homemade Mr. Beast chocolate bar. Now that we've successfully recreated one of Mr. Beast's chocolate bars, it's time for a little challenge from ZHC, one of the best artists on all of YouTube.
Hey Nick, carve a watermelon in the shape of Gordon Ramsay's face.
I have no idea how I'm going to complete this challenge because I've never carved a watermelon before. This will give it my best shot.
I can do it. I do it at home. It'll take me like 8 hours, but it'll probably be a pretty good job.
Alright, I've given Manny all the tools he could possibly need, and he's got 8 hours to carve the best watermelon of his life. While he's doing that, I'm going to head off and complete a few other challenges. Good luck, Manny.
Uncle Nick, I know you like being blindfolded because your brain's so so Uncle Roger challenged you to make the best egg fried rice, but it's blindfold on. Can you do it?
Uncle Roger, I hope you know I have cooked while blindfolded before. First, I butchered a chicken while blindfolded, and more recently, I made a beef Wellington while blindfolded, although that turned out pretty raw. It is pitch black, I cannot see a thing. Let's make some fried rice. First up, some quick prep work. I need my onions. I will then take my knife, this is where things get dangerous, and using my hands as a guide, slice and peel my onion. One huge pro about wearing a blindfold while cutting an onion is that you're not going to cry when you cut it, although I will say this is extraordinarily difficult. Alright. I'll move my onion off to the side of my board, then take the garlic. For this, I'm only going to use 1 clove, and once I've opened it up, mince it up as best I can. I don't even think I'm hitting it. Finally, I'll grab 1 or 2 of these chilies here and chop those up as well. It's time to cook our fried rice. First up, I'll add some oil into my wok, and when I smell that oil begin to get aromatic, I'm going to take my board of onions, garlic, and peppers and drop that in. The chili. Once these have gotten aromatic, I need an egg. I know they're here somewhere. And in it goes. Then, once that egg gets nice and fluffy, I'll add my day-old rice, and then it's time for soy sauce. This one I can tell by feel is the soy sauce. And it should now sizzle on the edges of the pan. I will also add a bit of sesame oil. I didn't hear anything. Little bit of sesame oil. And of course, we can't forget our MSG. I'll do an extra heavy sprinkle for Uncle Roger. And of course, our white pepper. This one I know is white pepper because the container is lighter than the MSG one. Oh my god, this is awful. And stir it up. Now I just need a nice plate. And I will simply take my fried rice and place it down onto the center of my plate. That'll make it look as nice and presentable as I can for Uncle Roger. And then, to finish, you simply cannot serve fried rice without some green onions, which I will slice nice and thin and then place on top of my fried rice. Time for the big reveal. Oh, I'm gonna lose my Uncle Taro. We've got another challenge coming in from my good friend Rosanna.
Hey Nick, I want to see if you can make a realistic cake that will fool me.
In front of me is one real onion and one onion made of cake. I'm gonna call her on a FaceTime and see whether or not she can tell which one is which. Rosanna, I'm really hoping that we're gonna fool you with this. What do you think your odds are of getting it correct before I show you? 80% chance? You ready? The cake today is an onion. One of these is real and one of these is fake. So what's your final decision? Ready? Rosanna, it's the cake. You fooled it. And Rosanna, this is the best part about it. This cake is absolutely delightful. Our next challenge comes from my friend Charlie.
Hey, Nick, it's Charlie. I challenge you to create an exquisite, beautifully cooked, perfect Minecraft steak.
Here I am, ready to cook my first ever Minecraft steak, but in real life. I'm not exactly sure whether or not they have Wagyu in Minecraft, but Charlie's a special guy, so I wanted to cook with a special kind of meat. In Minecraft, there are 3 ways to cook meat: in a furnace, a smoker, or a campfire. And when it comes to charcoal, each piece of charcoal cooks 8 pieces of food. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way in real life. I don't want to be sitting here all day. It's time now to get our charcoal going. While our makeshift Minecraft furnace here is coming to temp, this steak here needs to look like a Minecraft steak when it's done. I'm going to be going for this reference photo right here when I cut out chunks of this steak here. And of course, none of these beautiful Wagyu cubes are going to go to waste. I feel like this looks close enough to the Minecraft steak on the other side. We are ready to toss this into the furnace. Once that's gotten a nice char, I'm going to go ahead and let it smoke on the other side. Wagyu cooks pretty quick, so in no time, I am ready to flip this thing over. Gotten those perfect charred edges that you see on the Minecraft steak, and I gotta say, this steak right here, I think we nailed it. I'm gonna eat caveman style. What is that? Do they have salt and pepper in Minecraft? All right, Manny, you've had more than enough time. How'd it go?
I think it went good.
What the?
What? It's not good?
Dude, it's perfect. Somehow, some way, Manny pulled it off. Maybe he's just a man of many talents. And when I sent Zach a text, I think it's safe to say he was impressed. Actually, we just got a little bonus challenge in from Zach King.
Alright, Nick, for this challenge, I want to see if you can actually pull off something crazy and get the food to change colors.
Zach, there's no way I can get that challenge done and finish the rest of the ones we have to do today. But luckily, Gordon here might be able to help me out. You see, believe it or not, I visited his restaurant not long ago where he did that exact thing. I ordered this salmon dish, and when they brought it out, I squeezed lemon juice over it, and it suddenly changed the color of that puree at the bottom of the plate. We're moving on to a challenge from Emma Chamberlain.
You need to make tiramisu using Chamberlain coffee. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
To make a 10-minute tiramisu, I'll need to start with some instant coffee. Typically, you're supposed to use espresso, but I'm going to use this family blend instant coffee. After all, when it comes to me, Manny, and everyone watching right now, we're all at it. I'll start by adding some hot water to a bowl, then in we go with these super cool looking tea bags. While the coffee steeps off to the side, I'll add some mascarpone cheese to a bowl with a little splash of heavy cream and begin to mix it up. Then in a separate bowl, we'll add some heavy cream, a little splash of my homemade vanilla extract, and a nice pinch of sugar. Then we'll turn it into whipped cream. Add back the mascarpone mixture, and once we've mixed till smooth, it's time to assemble. Remove the tea bags, then toss in the ladyfingers to let them quickly absorb the coffee. Then to layer, place them down into your spring-form pan, making sure they all fit properly. Almost like plain peppers. I'll add just a little pinch of salt, then spread over a layer of the cream, another layer of the ladyfingers, and finish with one last layer of the cream. Make sure to perfectly level off the top. Dust with some unsweetened cocoa powder, open up the pan, and there you have it, 10-minute tiramisu. Next up, we've got a challenge from Preston.
Buddy Preston, you know how much I love chicken nuggets. I want you to make those in the car. Good luck.
Here we are. The goal here is to see if my nuggets cooked in the drive-thru can be better than McDonald's. First things first, go ahead and add a generous amount of oil to my pan because we're going to be deep frying here no different than they do at McDonald's. While we let our oil get nice and hot, I'm going to go ahead and order. I can actually do a 10-piece chicken McNuggets. It's time now to layer in a few of our chicken nuggets. We need this to get crispy and golden brown so we can beat McDonald's. Do not try this at home. Hey, how are ya? We're cooking in the drive-thru. Who do you think's going to win? Thank you. How's it going? I think I should flip these real quick as I head to the second window. Hi, how are you? We're cooking in the drive-thru. Isn't that good? Hi. She didn't say it all. First, we'll try one of these McDonald's nuggets. Not bad, not amazing. But check this out. Listen for the crunch. So hot, it's so good. You always win when you cook in the drive-thru. Real quick, in my new cookbook Knife Drop, which is available right now for pre-order, I have the most incredible Dino Nuggets recipe. Better than any nuggets you've ever had. Moving to the next one, things are about to get.
Hey, what's up, Nick? It's FaZe Rug, and know you have a really horrible tolerance with spice.
The pepper.
So here's a real challenge. I want you to make the world's spiciest chicken wings and eat them with your cameraman. Good luck, bro.
Luckily, I came prepared for this one. We're going to be making the spiciest wings in the entire world, and hey, what? Our first step will be to brine our wings. We want to give them as much of that spicy flavor as we possibly can. I also want them to have some genuine flavor, so I'll start off by adding some pickle juice here. And to give you a sense of the spice levels we're going for with these, a jalapeno is about 2,000 on the Scoville scale. We're going for 10 million with these wings. To start, we'll be using some of this hot sauce, which uses the Apollo pepper, currently the Guinness World Record spiciest pepper in the world at 3 million Scoville units. And I'll make sure to add a nice, generous serving of all that sauce. I'll mix these all up and set them aside. Next up, we need to blend together some of our spices. So I'll need a more intense mask here because I can't inhale any of these fumes. To begin, we'll add in some Sichuan peppercorns, which should completely numb our mouths when we eat this, and hopefully might even help take away some of the pain. Then these right here are Carolina Reapers. Each one, 2 million units on the Scoville scale. And we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we'll grind. Once that's ground up, we're ready to fry. Once our frying oil is nice and hot, on to adding our wings. And I know these wings are going to be tiny in just a minute, so I want to let you know that in my new cookbook Knife Drop, if you pre-order it, you will get quite literally the best wings recipe I've ever tasted in my entire life. But don't make the ones I'm making right now. These wings are looking good, but what I'm concerned about is how they're going to taste. To finish, we'll drop in our wings, then go over them with this Fresno chili hot sauce. And of course, a nice light dusting of our spice blends. That is going to be what really gets us. Quick little toss, and the world's spiciest wings, well over that mark of 10 million Scoville units. Hey, I'm serious.
I'm not kidding. I'd rather be fired than be one of those.
3, 2, 1.